Stretching from the foothills of the Himalayas to the tropical valleys bordering Burma, Laos, and Vietnam, the Yunnan offers an amazing diversity of landscapes and climates. But it's also a patchwork of peoples and cultures. 25 different linguistic groups live in this region, which accounts for a half of the minority groups still existing in China. Descendants of Tibetan nomads, the Ashi settled in various areas of the Yunnan 2,000 years ago and became farmers. This film was shot between 1980 and 81 in the village of Faihui, part of the canton of Mile, south of Kunming. Mid-morning, Faihui seems deserted. Everyone is working in the fields according to the rules for agricultural communes set out by Mao Zedong. Deng Xiaoping's 1980 reforms somewhat democratized the system. Production teams are still in operation, but families are now allowed to sell their surplus. Yet the Ashi remain among the poorest farmers in Yunnan, because only soya and corn will grow on their land.
Is corn your main food?
Yes, that's right.
And how many times a year do you eat rice?
We eat rice quite often, but always mixed with this flour.
This is mostly corn flour, with a bit of wholemeal flour mixed with water and steamed. A filling, but not really nutritious meal. Fortunately, there's soya to provide protein. The Ashi eat it fermented and seasoned with chili and salt.
May I see? Do you like this?
Yes, very much. Do you want to taste?
How do you eat it?
You can eat it as it is, or you can roast it or steam it.
What is your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is rice with pork. Is it nice to smoke tobacco with a water pipe like that?
Yes, it's very nice.
Especially nice, they say, if you smoke the tobacco produced in Yunnan, poetically called angel's hair. The Chinese are heavy smokers. In the cities, they took up cigarettes a long time ago. But the country folks still prefer to use their traditional bamboo pipes. Pigs are the Axi's most prized possessions. They breed them with a care only equaled by their skills in cooking them.
This one is my fattest. Look at him. He used to have a poor appetite. But I took him to the river and I rubbed mud all over him. Then he started eating twice as much.
Noon is laundry time, and the women meet up at the reservoir.
What do you think of your life in the village? Would you tell me about it?
I wouldn't dare. I'm far too shy.
Just tell me simple things. Stories about what you do every day. You really don't want to?
No, I can't.
The rainwater reservoir is the heart of Faiwi, the focus of the villagers' life. Every morning they come here to draw their drinking water for the day. And when they do their laundry, they never use soap, so as not to pollute their only water supply. This unique way of trampling their washing is one of the traditions the Ashi have preserved in spite of the influence of the dominant culture. But they were forced to give up countless other customs. The Cultural Revolution banned all traditional festivals, including the Ashi favorite, the Torch Festival.
The Torch Festival was banned by the Gang of Four. Yet it has nothing to do with superstition as they claimed. It is simply a custom shared by most of the minorities.
Were any other festivals tolerated when the Gang of Four was in power?
No, I don't think so.
Is it true that most of the customs were suspended under the regime of the Gang of Four?
Yes, it is true.
Since 1980, the authorities have loosened their control over the daily life of the minorities. The Torch Festival has been rehabilitated. After being prohibited for 16 years, it will be held again this year between the 22nd and the 25th of June. Early June is the time for walnut gathering. A little while later, all the village production teams have mobilized for the potato harvest. They have to work twice as hard as usual if they want to be ready for the famous festival due in 8 days. Good yields, prosperous cattle, and a healthy family. That is all the Ashi want. They ask it of their gods, who make sure things work well in this world. The gods are honored from the beginning of the year. First the gods of the mountain, of seeds and fertility, then the god of water. Now it's June, time for the Torch Festival. This man is calling the women working in the forest to tell them that the torches are being prepared back at the village. The Torch Festival is a series of fertility rituals. The Ashi believe that fertility of the land goes together with the fertility of the people. The festival will end with the famous Tiao Yun, a dance of seduction which gives young boys and girls an opportunity to meet.
Did you all meet your wives during the Tiao Yun?
Yes, of course I did.
What about you?
Yes, me too. Like everybody else.
There's not a moment to lose. The women and their daughters spend all their spare time embroidering the ribbon they'll add to their turban for the festival. June 22nd, the first day of the Torch Festival and the first ritual. In the early morning, a goat is killed on the village square and given to the gods as an offering. The blood and meat from the sacrificed animal will later be shared between all the villagers. For the Ashi, everything has to begin with a song. Chen Peng, who's in charge of cooking the goat, announces the opening of the festivities.
On Mount Sishan, scarlet flowers are blooming. Pretty flowers, tell me, why are you so red? These flamboyant red blossoms fill me with such joy. My friends, how could my song express my delight?
Although his song is about flowers, Chen Peng is probably referring to the radiant beauty of the Ashi girls, all dressed up for the event. No Torch Festival is complete without a dance by the lion, the slayer of demons. This time there will be two dancers. The lion and the lioness will meet on the village square. The blood and flesh of the sacrificed goat will be presented as offerings on an altar, but first they have to be purified. The lions will do this by tasting the god's meal. If any demons are hiding there, they will soon run for their lives. The gods have received their share of the feast. Now the villagers receive theirs. June 23rd, second day of the Torch Festival, Wrestling Day. Hundreds of spectators have come from other villages to see the championship. The wrestlers are invited to come down to the arena when their name is called. For the Ashi, wrestling symbolizes the creation of the universe, and they also believe it to have a favorable influence on the crops. The organizers sometimes have to struggle to keep the supporters from invading the ring. Wrestling is extremely popular among the young Ashi. There are so many candidates this year that the matches have to be staged over 2 days. June 25th, 4th day of the festival. Time to invite the ancestors to take part. The villagers climb up a hill called the Mountain of the Souls. There they call the departed members of their family in order of their ages. They must call the name of the deceased 3 times and immediately after shout, "Come back, now!" On a promontory on the other side of the village stands the remains of an old altar to the god of the mountain, destroyed by Red Guards. On the evening of the same day, the houses are purified by carrying a torch into every corner. An exorcism ritual to drive away evil spirits and to rid the houses of diseases, which must be named before they're expelled. Stomach aches, diarrhea, leprosy, cholera, burn and leave this house. The torch will then be used outside to stop the germs and demons from returning. And now, the highlight of the festival, dancing on the village square. This dance is first of all a tribute to the ancestor spirits who watch over the village and ensure its prosperity. Everyone makes a wish while throwing a stick into the bonfire. once the religious part is over, it's time for the Qiao Yun. This is also a way of preparing for the future, since it enables young people from different villages to meet and get acquainted. Legend says that these tunes and dances date back to an ancient time when the Ashi were oppressed by despotic lords. To have a bit of joy in their lives, the young people made musical instruments and invented dances which they performed in the woods at night. Bonfire, flames, and torches, this Ashi festival is strangely similar to other Midsummer's Day festivities. For farmers throughout the world, fire has a magic and sacred meaning. Here, as elsewhere, dancing around a bonfire is believed to repel diseases and ensure good crops. As if in spite of their many different cultures, people everywhere are linked by universal beliefs.